These are definitely a couple of barn finds. Looks like this one looks like a tree fell on it at one point. This engine is locked up, but where it was sitting, I think it's just dry stuck. Still talking. Hey guys, welcome back to 3 Generations Restoration. This is Allis Chalmers WC. The engine is locked up, just like this WD over here. You've been seeing in the past videos. But we got another locked up one. And this is one of those tractors we got in one of the prior videos. I'll put the video up in the corner. And like I said, it's locked up. I don't have the crank to show you guys, but we're gonna have to pull the head off of it. We tried pulling it down the driveway like we did the WD, and it didn't work. So we got the first clamp off the hood. We're gonna go ahead and take the second clamp off, and we're going to be able to take everything off. So let's get that done. So we are on this side of the tractor now. We're gonna go ahead and start by getting rid of this breather line for the carburetor and also this upper radiator hose. So we'll go ahead and get all that done. And once we get that done, I'm gonna soak these exhaust manifold bolts for a little bit and hopefully they'll come off. So let's go ahead and get all that done. So I'm going to start by disconnecting the fuel line, which is a 5/8 wrench. So we'll get this out of the way. That's out of the way. We'll get a regular screwdriver and loosen up these 1800-year-old screws, which in all honesty, I'm probably going to cut this rubber off. Get it out of the way permanently. Go like that. So it looks like we're missing the rubber up here. This is a farmer fix. Looks like they just do some duct tape. Another thing too we're gonna do is down here we are going to see if it's got any coolant in the block. So we'll drain that out if there is any. So we'll do that as well. Nothing. So we got all this for nothing. Well, at least we know for sure there's nothing in it. So we'll put that back in for now. Alright, now I'm going to PB blaster all of these bolts. Get them soaking a little bit. They don't look very good. They don't look like the WD what we just did, but maybe we'll get lucky again. So alright guys, we'll see about these. They aren't looking too good. But I've seen worse bolts come out before, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's get the first one off. Well, that one came off, so we're one for one. 2 for 2. Three for 3. 4 for 4. That's a big one. An 11. I'm surprised this one came out for 5 for 5. Got 5 ace, got an 11/16. Here's the last one. Will she go? Oh yeah, that was easy. So it looks like all the bolts came off this manifold. I'm very, very surprised that they all came out. So have to get a pry bar now, get some of these spacers out. We'll pry out the manifold, and like I said, we're going to get this upper radiator hose I showed you off, but let's pry this thing off. Oh, hold on. There we go. All right. The manifold's off. Now you can see that I got to pull the choke cable off from this spring here. We'll get that off and get this on the table and shut that off. All right, I just want to highlight some of the holes. That's looking pretty dirty. It's looking pretty dirty. That's looking dirty too. Looks like the two intakes are clean at least, but all the exhausts are pretty filled with rust. So, like I said, let's get this off, and we don't have much to do on the other side, so we'll get that off, and I'll meet you back on the other side of the tractor, and we'll get all that stuff off. Alright, I'll get some channel locks now to get this off. Yeah, she's just collapsing. Alright, I think we're in for a treat when this comes off.
What do you think?
Solid rust. This will need replaced. This ripped. To be expected on this old tractor. Alright, so we got one other thing to get off on this other side, and it is this little 1/2 inch or 9/16 nut that connects the oil line to, I think it's the oil pressure gauge and the oil filter, so I'll get that off. Oh, it is a 7/16. Alright, so we're going to take this off. 7/16, little nut. This connects the head to the oil filter. And I don't think I've ever seen a tractor this greasy before. So that's off. Now we can go ahead and take the valve cover. We can go ahead now and take the valve cover off. Alright, so we're going to take the valve cover off now. 4 9/16 nuts. We're going to use the impact. Of course, it's going to get stuck in the socket every time. Alright, there's all 4 nuts off, and now Wow, we don't even need to get it a hit with the mallet. This just came right off. So there's the inside. Alright, so here's the inside of the head. It doesn't look like it's been off in quite a long time. This valve here, I don't know why this is so rusty, but I would get a rubber mallet and try hitting. This valve here is stuck. You can kind of see. This one here's stuck, this one here's stuck, that one's stuck too. So we got a lot of stuck valves, unlike the WD. So we're gonna pull the rocker shaft off. We're gonna pull this little water jacket thing off, and then we're gonna take all the head bolts off. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and do now. Another thing I do want to highlight before we take this rocker arm off is I sprayed some PB Blaster down in each spark plug hole. A significant amount. I was pretty giving it a pretty good drink. So let's take the rocker arm off. Rocker arm, rocker shaft, whatever you guys want to call it. There we go. Make sure you grab the washers too. I'll tell you what, guys, this tractor, I don't know what about it, but it's got some thick black grease. We're going to be gooping our hands forever at the end of today. Well, hold on. Alright, let's pull this off. Oh, wait, I forgot. I got to take this off. One other thing too I forgot to mention as well before we take the rocker arm off is we have to loosen this off. This is just a little 7/16 oil line that connects down to where the one we took off before. All this does is lubricate the rocker arm, so we want this off because breaking this would suck. This is some thick grease. All right, let's go ahead and take this off now. There we go. Make sure you hold it together, otherwise it'll fly apart. We'll go ahead and put this on the bench. All right, so we're gonna start taking the push rods out. We got a little box here with the marked. This is a little better than what I did on the WD. So we'll take each one out. We're going to start, say this is one. Alright, doing this helps you organize these push rods. So we're going to go ahead now and pop all the head bolts out. We're going to, this will need a thorough cleaning. It's greasy, so we'll take this off, the head off now. So, alright, so we got to take all the head bolts off. So we got these two here, these two here. I got this one out already. And we got all these ones in here and these three little ones here. So I'm not going to film them. We're just going to get them all out and we'll meet you back here. So make sure you want to get these. These may not look like head bolts, but they are. So we'll get them out. We'll meet you back here. All right, so we got all the head bolts out, head nuts, I would say. And I did take off this little water jacket. This is just kind of hit it off the rubber mallet. So we're going to try to pry this off now. We're going to get it to a good spot where we can start to video it, but usually at the beginning it's kind of difficult to, so we're going to try to just get it off right now, and I'll turn this back on when we get it cracked and almost off, just to show you what it should look like. So, alright guys, we got the head cracked off of the block. Not cracked, but you know what I mean. This one wasn't too bad compared to the WD over there. We kind of just hit it in and had a little pressure on our little lift, and up she went. So we're going to go ahead and completely go up with it. It's going. Just got to keep going up. Just need to wiggle it a little bit to get it up.
Yeah,
oh, hold on.
Go. Now hold it. Now it's tipped towards me.
There we go. All right, you can kind of see stuck valve there, stuck valve there. So we're gonna have to, we're gonna have to address this valve. We're gonna slide this out now. All right, here's what we got for the cylinders. They don't look too bad. A little carboned up on the top. Surprised these bad boys were stuck. It's like my oil went down through these, which is good. These ones it didn't, so I think these are the stuck ones. So we'll lube it up some more, and we're gonna do what we did on the WD. We're gonna persuade this thing to be free again. All right, so we're gonna try to unlock this engine now. Here's the tool you need. This is just a 4x4 chunk of hardwood, and we're gonna use that, and we're gonna use the old engine persuader. Let's give it a go. We're going to put some acetone and some ATF down the cylinders and let it soak all night. This just didn't work out the way we were thinking it would. But you get some like that. And this is one that doesn't want to come unstuck today. So we'll let her soak all night and come back the next day and see what happens next. Alright, we've had pretty good luck using this to get engines unstuck. We got acetone combined with ATF. Let's pour her in the cylinders. Give her a drinky drink. Yeah. Got some acetone. Little ATF. We'll let this soak all night now and go from there. That's really all we can do. You can't get these out usually in first try. Sometimes you can, but tractor gods weren't liking us today, so we'll come back the next day. You don't want to ever let a tractor get to you, and we're not going to let this one get to us. So we'll get this off. We'll get it the next day. All right, guys. So it looks like the ATF acetone mix worked, and we're going to be saying goodbye to this 4x4. It did its due diligence. We do have the engine turning over now. We are going to take it outside, and we are going to pull it. That way it kind of can break itself in again. So, you kind of see that, yep, there it is. So, like I said, we got to pull it outside. We really got to start spinning it over really fast so all the rust will go away. And we'll go from there. We might have to do rings. I'm not too positive. We'll see. We'll get turning over, so that'll be the next step. So after dragging it up and down the driveway and giving it a little bit more honing, the engine does turn over nice and freely now. Turn it over. So it looks pretty good. So now that we're turning over pretty good, we're gonna clean everything up and try to see if we can't get it running. It looks like all the cylinders, piston rings, the oil wiper ring is working. You can see it on all of them. It's dragging the excess oil down, which is good. Otherwise it'd be burning oil. We don't want that. We're gonna probably just put it together and see if she runs, if it's got good compression. Usually we get lucky. We're gonna cross our fingers, see if we can get it started. So we're gonna call it a video on the 1938 Allis WC tractor. So I think the next video we're gonna go ahead and clean everything up. We gotta get spark. We gotta obviously get the carburetor clean. We obviously don't have any gaskets. Those are ordered. So we'll go ahead and slap this thing together and see if we can't get it started and go from there, guys. So thank you guys for watching, and if you like this video, please subscribe.